was going to say, if you're watching the recording, you can go to the announcements section of our team page and fill out this document there as well. So now that we are recording, we've just gone over a few of our WIG goals for the week, and if anybody wants to set any more later, we can do so, but it's about 10 after, and let's just maybe get rolling with some content. If anyone wants to start tagging people on the team page, getting them on the call, that would be awesome. I'm going to share my screen and go over a couple things with you tonight. One of them being in the team page, if you're not getting announcements or you're not getting notifications of any kind, I've heard this from a few people. They're like, I just never see things. And so I posted in the team page here, let's start with announcements. So if you go to the announcements tab, you will see all of our WIG goal information. So we added Misty to our Diamond document or post today. There's a new welcome video. So if you are inviting new people to the page, have them start here. There's a new video there, just very simple about what Team Rise and Fit is. I don't go into explanation of like what other things are. We just talk about Rise and Fit, and where our goal is to help be positive self-care and into helping others. It's that simple. You show up here and you show up in life. So you can go ahead and watch that, start tagging people under there. I don't think anyone's noticed that it's there yet, obviously. No one's tagged on it. New leaderboard information. So if you want your name on the leaderboard, have your info in there before Wednesday of every week. And the WIG goals documents right here. So this is where I'll go in and change up the WIG goals for tonight. I'll write down if we met them or not, and then I'll update them here as well. Now, notification-wise, oh yes, emeralds. We want 100 new emeralds on our team, and Aronson Rem is the first one getting added. So her picture is there today, and so we can congratulate Miss Erin officially. And as we fill up these picture bubbles, Kara's super excited. That means Brian is halfway, right? Or who's she under? Yeah, she's under Brian. Okay, so that means Brian is halfway to Diamond. Yay! And that means Kara is almost 2-star, and she will be. I'm confident. So as these little pictures fill up, we will start to line them up across the top, like we have these lined up on the Diamond one, and we'll get to 100 little bubbles on here eventually. Now that's the announcement section. On the team page today, I shared from my phone, so you can do it from there as well, but some new coaches, but I showed how to get notifications. So some of the people are like, I'm not seeing everything. I missed that in the team page. And maybe you don't want to get everything that's happening, but there is definitely a way for you to make sure you're seeing things. And of course, I'm not gonna be able to do it from my computer. Just right here, notifications, I guess. All posts, highlights, friends posts off. I have it set to all posts here, but when I was doing it from my phone, it was not that for all the groups, some of the different groups I've been in. For this team page it was, but not, there were some groups that I was like, why am I never getting notified? And so one of them was, if you, depending on how often you engage with different groups, that's how the algorithm works. But when I go into, I did the same thing with my Together We Rise group, and I have just this short little welcome video for them there as well about who we are in the announcement section. And then I told them to go turn on their notifications so they're getting all of the stuff and seeing each other check in and doing that kind of stuff. So that would be another good thing for you to tell your people if they're not showing up in your group, then that's where they should be checking in. Now, maybe you saw it, maybe you did not. Hopefully you did. Hopefully you got an email about it, that there is going to be a 3-day refresh coach only group. I sent out an email to all the inactives in our downline, at least all of them that I have an email for. When you get into the Coach Online office and you get so many levels down, it just says non-PS, like you can't see their email address. But everyone that I had an email for that is inactive got very kind, very, hey, did you know? And if you're in, great, let's help you get connected with your upline. Let's see what we can do. If not, totally cool. Like this is, you're being charged $15.95 a month. Some people don't even know that, and they're just paying it and not like not ever paying attention to that. So, and then there was the invite to the 3-day refresh group that we're going to do with coach only. Happy and Fit is running it the Friday, Saturday, Sunday after Thanksgiving. Our team is going to run it the first week of December, or at least that's when I'm doing it. I don't know about you guys, but when we go to like 5 different family Thanksgivings, they don't all happen on Thursday. So it's just not feasible or possible for me to be doing a 3-day refresh on a Friday when I'm going to be eating another turkey dinner and a Saturday when I'm going to have another turkey dinner. So it's just like, why worry about it? So we're going to do it. Ours is going to do the first, you're doing yours the Monday after, we're doing ours the Monday after. It will be in the team page. So it's just going to be coaches. So if you're adding people, that is perfect. I told Amber McGillis today to try to have hers ordered by the 19th, I think. And so you can make sure you have it in time because you want to order it before the holiday happens so that it gets shipped out and you have it in time for when we get back from break, I guess, or whatever. I don't know why I called it break there, but holidays. And so, awesome. Yours is a courier auto ship. That is even better. And you save on shipping that way. Super. And anything you order in November, if you got that deal, I think you had to qualify for it, but you got $2 shipping in November. So hopefully many of you did, and you don't have to worry about tons of shipping going forward, even if you get single orders. So if you qualified for that, awesome. If you didn't, I'm sure they'll probably do something again. This is kind of a test run for it to see like what the shipping thing is going to be. And there's been lots of ideas thrown around the round table about how we can keep it beyond the next couple months here, but we'll see and go from there. The other thing I wanted to share with you was, we'll talk about this in a little bit too, but we're going to talk about the Diamond Retreat a little bit. Yes, I'll be posting it right here in the Team Rise and Fit page. So I already have it flushed out. All I did was go to the Coach Online office and grab the 3-day refresh challenge guide and scheduled it out for December, the first week of December in the Rise and Fit page. So we'll all get in on that and go from there. Jess, you had a question?
I do. So I had a challenger the other day say to me, she said, if I move over to Coach, will I still get the $2 shipping? And I was like, I don't know. I just pay it. But I don't think so, because if the bag is supposed to be like $96.97, my bill comes out at $106. Right. So are we charged like $8?
That's tax and shipping. $2 shipping plus tax.
So we get $2 shipping too as
an HD order, everyone gets $2 shipping.
Okay. I couldn't remember, and I haven't been able to find a bill, because then when I click in there, it took me to the tracking and all that stuff. And so I don't have my physical one. Yeah. So, okay. I couldn't remember.
If you're an HD order, everyone gets $2 shipping. That's why I always tell people, order it HD. I know that you want to cancel it. I'll put it in my calendar. We'll change it later, but let's save $8 on shipping. That's ridiculous, right? And so everyone always agrees to that. Of course I want to save money. And so they do that, and I put it in my calendar, and then I check back with them. Sometimes they want to cancel it. Sometimes they don't, but it's just what it is. And then, but this special deal that's happening right now is that if you qualified for it, everything you order is $2 shipping. So I could order like a box of Energize and it's $2 shipping instead of half of the actual cost to ship it to me. Right. So, that's kind of that they're trying to play with right now. And then, there's been tons of ideas thrown out about how they would keep it, but we'll go from there. All right. Tonight, I want to share with you some information from the Diamond Retreat. And Kara, you can weigh in on this. And Jill, you can weigh on this anytime you want. I'm going to try to move my chat over here too, so I can see things. Even if they did, yeah, right? I know. They were talking about doing like $2 shipping for coaches who hit Success Club every month, like making it kind of like the lead program kind of thing, since the lead program is going to kind of go away with it, just merging just to Beachbody and not team, like everything going to Team Beachbody instead of Beachbody and Team Beachbody. I don't know. That's another day, another topic, but great idea. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about the next generation rockstar strategy, which is really simplifying the customer experience. And it's really about making our accountability groups about accountability groups and not our teams. And when we first started, I don't know about you guys, but like when I first started about 4 years ago, I'm going to look at you instead of looking at me. When I first started 4 years ago, we ran them in our challenge groups in like groups of 4 or 5 coaches. We split up the 21 days amongst us. So it was only a couple of days that we were posting and doing the check-in at night, but we had all this elaborate content. And it was, we made videos for a while. We did all kinds of stuff. And we could never schedule anything out at that point. Like the Facebook wasn't that advanced yet. When you think about like where we've come in 4 years, wow. But like, it was just a bigger deal. And then we kind of rolled into like doing personal development in our books and doing book clubs in there and really spending so much time and effort in challenge groups that a lot of our focus has been on challengers and getting people results, which is super important. Don't take me wrong here. But when you look at the business model, there are 2 ways that we make money. And there's, and you heard Trina say this a million times over. There's the retail side of things and there's the team side of things. You're going to have retail comes and goes. People just don't come back. Like it's a credit card transaction for them. But the team side of things is your residual income. And the way she said it today on a call was like your team cycle bonus, you should consider your salary. And when you focus on increasing your salary by increasing your team, that becomes your residual income and how things happen. You might have a really tough week and maybe a couple months where you've all felt that the last couple months of like, people are just distracted. People are, busy doing other things. They're saving their money for Christmas. They're doing different things like that. And so retail side is lower than your team cycle bonus if you're growing your team and being consistent and having growers underneath of you. So we're trying to make it super simple, simplifying the customer experience, simplifying it for coaches. When you come into the business, it's simple, it's easy to duplicate, and it's something that we can continue to grow the team because that's ultimately where it's all about. And this whole, the whole bigger topic kind of started on a Zoom call a couple months ago, I'd say back in September, and was towards the end of the month, and Trina and all the elite coaches were talking, and I was like, oh, I'm just like not getting people to commit to coaching. I'm just going to have to start recruiting just challengers now. And Trina looked at me and was like, did you know that there was a day when there was no such thing as challengers? Everybody was a coach. The only thing we had was the coaching opportunity. And the only way you got Success Club points and the only way you made anything in this was by adding coaches. And I was like, huh. And then they developed these things called challenge packs where they put Shakeology and workouts together. And then that's when the whole thing started with these challengers and these challenge groups versus adding to the team. And when she really thought about it and went back to like when her team was the most thriving, when she was duplicating in her business, and when we had the most elite and premier people on our teams, and when people were growing rank very quickly, it was when we were always focusing on growing the team and not necessarily looking for just challengers. So it's really thinking about simplifying the whole experience for everyone and making this an in and out business. We've heard Carl talking a lot at Summit, and he reiterated a million times over at Leadership as well, is that he really wants us to be the business for busy women, for stay-at-home moms, for the perfect side hustle for anything and anybody that wants to be able to take care of themselves and help other people do that too. So in order to do that, we need to decomplicate it and really just make it about what it is helping people get healthy. You are their cheerleader. You're their accountability person. You're not their hand holder. You're not making them do it. You're not supposed to motivate them 24/7. I think one of the quotes from Melanie Mitro this weekend was, or this last weekend, was motivation can only get you so far. Discipline is what takes you places. You can provide them support and help them develop those discipline skills, but you can't motivate them to death. I mean, like, they're never going to keep going if they don't develop the skills. So our job is to be an accountability buddy to the people that we bring on to us, help them develop the skills to then want to do something more with it and teach other people those same skills. And so when we think about simplifying the customer experience, There's two things. One is to simplify the customer experience. The goal for them is fitness and nutrition, weight loss, physical results, accountability. And the second opportunity is to invite the team, which is the lifestyle. It's just the community here. We talked a lot about how you wouldn't, and Julian said it on Tuesday night, like you don't go spend a week in an Airbnb with 15 women that are your challengers. You go spend a weekend in an Airbnb and stink and go to Summit and do those kinds of things with your team, right? Like you don't, like you there's just things you do with your besties and your friends and your family that you don't necessarily do with customers. And so that's also why it's really important that you're not just sending a coach invite to everybody, but you're sending a coach invite to the people that you really would want to be sitting next to you at that retreat, or sitting next to you on this Zoom call and checking in with them about life and really wanting, the best for them, and not just, helping them lose weight and get physical results and feel good about themselves. So we create this tight, supportive community, and it's about growth in all areas of our life and commitment to a healthy lifestyle into each other when we create the team environment versus a challenger invite. And so kind of the why here is real simple. Just reduce overwhelm, easier to duplicate, reduce the stress. It's time saving when you don't have to create a bunch of content. Even just like a couple months ago, I was like, oh, what am I going to post in my team or in my challenge group? What's the theme going to be? How am I going to organize things? What's it going to look like? And now I've been dabbling with this for the last couple months, and I don't really have anything that I'm posting every day in there. It's literally just, maybe it's a quote, maybe it's something from this first week of Shift Shop that we are starting to do together. Some people are still doing LaFour, some of us are doing Shift Shop. I grabbed some of the graphics from there, the content, but a lot of it is just us showing up and being accountable to each other in the group. And it really has freed me up to really be focusing more of my time on my team, on you guys, doing more one-on-one calls, doing more resources for you guys, doing more for my own business of inviting to the team and doing that kind of thing. And then it also gives us that freedom to put all the energy that we're putting in there into our team page, where we can grow each other and do more that way. Questions? I'm talking a lot. I'm not seeing the chat either, so. Okay. Next thing is customers. So with customers, we want to keep it super simple. We want to create an ongoing healthy hub. Many of us have done this already. A lot of people are starting with this. Like Lee, back in the day, she was like, I'm just going to go do my thing. And I was like, okay. And I never was really in a group of hers. And I was like, what is she inviting to all the time? How is she getting to Diamond all of a sudden? And she has this Team Awesome and Fit that she just shows up every single day. And if you were in there, you'd see that she has a quote or a graphic of some kind that she posts every single morning. I think she has them scheduled now, but it's just a motivational quote, and then she posts her sweaty selfie under every single day. And that's the only content that's in there. And she has lots of people that are continuing to check in her group, and she puts all of her challengers and all of her coaches in the same thread, in the same group. And so you get to do whatever you want with it. That's why there's no mold to coaching. We're just offering a simpler way of doing it, and trying to help you be able to duplicate this with your people as well. So some examples of other coaches on our teams that have these kinds of things, like I have the Together We Rise with the Struggle Detox, the Project U, the Fit Life District is another one of Teresa's, Mama's on a Mission. You can create whatever you want. The Confidence Project, that's booming. You get to do your own thing, but maybe partner up with somebody else, maybe run it on your own, but make it a place where it's an accountability space and you set the expectations. So Jill is amazing with setting expectations. Kara and Kristen did an amazing job of setting expectations when they started the Confidence Project. I've reset the expectations of my Together We Rise group, and it's starting to really, when people know where they're supposed to be going or what the clarity is for something, they're able to capitalize on it. And when it's simple, it's easy to do, and they do it. So just setting the expectations for them to do that kind of thing. So some suggestions we have is to enroll in the group, give your prospective customers a simple survey of what fits them, really listening to their needs and not what you want. So everyone wants a Success Club point, but what are their needs? How can they, do a scale or a survey of some kind to really figure out what their needs are. Are they a nutrition person? Are they needing help with fitness? Do they need something that's weights, or are they looking for something low maintenance? What is it that's going to help them get the the best results so that they will want to do something else. So like if you're really struggling, like one of the questions I've been asking since May is, well, probably since June because I figured it out in May. But now my question is, are you somebody that would rather follow like this is how much food you need and you just figure out when you eat it? Or are you a person that just can follow a couple simple rules and like just make adjustments and it has a lot more freedom? And so like, which one do you think those are? Like, this is how much food I'm going to eat and get there. That's the container system. So I'm not going to try to sell them to a mindset if they're kind of a structured person like that. And if they say to me, I can just follow a couple simple rules and like, I'll be successful, then I'm like, I'm not going to try to shove the container system down your throat because that's not going to be a good fit for them. To be mindset is more for them. And so then talking about the value of Shakeology, if they just need fitness because they got their nutrition kind of figured out, go with BOD. If maybe they just need Shako, maybe they just need BOD, maybe they, get some sort of bundle if that works for them. But, then when you're in that process of talking about what their best needs or what you suggest is going to best fit their needs, because they've told you what they want, what they need. You've responded with a suggestion for them of this is how I think will meet your needs and what will meet your needs best. Then you can also say very simply, just planting that seed with them, you can join as a customer and do it this way, or you can also join our team and talk about, and we kind of talked about taking away the word coaching in it at first and just talking about to the team, because coaching seems labor intensive because we've made it so labor intensive lately. It seems intimidating, but like talking with a team and having long-term support, and you're going to get better results over here than if you were just in the challenge group. And then also being super upfront with them that there's a $16 a month after the first month, and that we can address more of it and talk more about it if that's something they want to do. But really just addressing that point of like, yes, you want to get started with the 2B Mindset Challenge Pack. Great. There's two ways you can get it. You can get it as a customer and be here, or you can also join as a part of the team. You get 25% discount. You'll be, get better results because you have people that are right in your corner and people don't quit the team. And then you also have the $16 a month fee that goes with it, but that's something we can work through. Questions thus far? Make recommendations on their biggest takeaway. Good. Okay. Tip here. We don't suggest turning your virtual studio into a free group. Definitely not. One of the things that we talked even about in Vegas at our table was that a lot of people have quit coaching in the last couple months, this last year as a whole, because they feel like Beachbody doesn't work. They believe in the product, they believe in the programs, it's worked for them, but like you just can't make money in Beachbody, and it's not worth all the effort that they've been having to put into it. Well, if we've been doing challenge groups the way we've been doing them, and it's super labor intensive, then and you're doing free groups all the time, you're not having anyone actually purchase anything from you, of course it's not going to pan out. But really thinking about how if you're investing in them, they should be investing in you, and you're not being a doormat, but like you're still helping them with the products, you pay for it, so why is it a bad thing for them to pay for it too? And then from the very beginning, you're just setting those standards of there's time and place for free groups, but they shouldn't really be about fitness and nutrition. They should be about something completely different. So like Rachel and Mallory do a free group at the beginning of the month, depending on which month it is. But like, I know they do a really good one, like they're beauticians, like they hair, nails, all that kind of stuff. And so they'll do like a 5-day free group on how to curl your hair, or the best way to do your nails, or a fashion 5-day group, or those kinds of things. It could be a 5 tips for moms getting on the bus. It could be, anything that you want it to be, whatever is working in your world, make it about you and what you are doing well. And then you can add value to them. And then it's not about health and fitness. And then you can really building those relationships and that trust with them to bring them into your health and fitness groups, which are paid. So that's something to think about. And then this question was thrown out there, and it was a big gut check for a lot of people, was, do you want to be a coach of a challenge group, or do you want to be a leader of a team? And Trina asked this question on a Zoom call a while ago, and then it was put in here because it was a big gut check for a lot of people. Do you want to be leading a team where you're going to be building, sustainable, healthy lives in friendships and do all these things? Or do you want to be running a challenge group where it's, back and forth and people come on and people come off, and the retail side of things? Another couple questions were focus on accountability, not content, and then be your own best challenger. So when you show up in there, you in that challenge group, in that accountability group, be the best challenger, set the stage, be the role model of what you want to have happen in there. Show up with your shake, show up with some recipes, show up with your meal every day. Today we did a water challenge in mine because I've been really struggling with water lately. I get in my office and I sit here and I don't drink water all day, right? And so, doing those kinds of things in those groups. But it's not a matter of like scheduling out a ton of content. It's a matter of just showing up and being the best challenger that you can be, and role modeling for them what that looks like. And then going from there and trusting that that's enough and that they'll start doing what you do because that's what you're doing. Another couple setup tips is to really just focus on self-care, because that's really what they're about. Create an engaging environment where people want to be a part of the group. If you are doing live Zooms for workouts, I know Misty and Jess do one in the morning. Who else gets on that? A few people, right? You could do something like that for your challenge group where you're working out anyway. So you could have them on a live Zoom to do a workout. Somebody on the team in Diamond has done, I think it's Nikki Harrigan, has done live Zooms for meal prepping. So literally just hold each other accountable with meal prepping. Like the Zoom could be going for a couple hours, but it's literally just a bunch of people on their screens cooking. And that's, an idea. Weekly goal settings, could be something that you do. It's a matter of how you want to create your culture and what it is that you want to do. But if you're going to spend a week's worth of time creating crazy content for things, you could spend 30 minutes with them and set goals. I still like to do the individual messages to each person, because then it's on their own time and when they respond to me, and not like we have to be here at a certain time. That's just my niche of people where we're constantly on the move. Share the resources that are available to us. You don't have to recreate the wheel. Go to the blog, pull off a link. We all get the update every once in a while with the Beachbody blog. Take some of those and schedule them in there. Find some fixate recipes. Do whatever. But it doesn't have to be a ton of things that you're creating in here. Okay, and then, so that's kind of all of everything there. Any more questions? Actually, it's not. Never mind. It's going to get skipped. Okay, so the other thing is to help them find a program that fits their goals and their needs, not just what we're doing. So, you're like, okay, let's get started. And then you throw BOD at them. And Jess has said this multiple times before of when we started, we got one program, and you got the DVD set and you got the little booklet that came with it, and that's all you had, and that's all you needed to focus on. But now we say, hey, let's get you started with something in health and fitness. Here's Beachbody On Demand. It has over 700 programs of things that you can do, and they just feel overwhelmed. And we don't always go through and say, you know what, this is specifically a program that will help you and help you get started. So really figuring out with them what that looks like, and spending your time more on the front end of getting them prepared to get in there than spending a ton of time in the actual challenge group creating a bunch of content. Does that make sense to people? The only person I can see is Jess.
So one of the things Trina talked about too is what she does in her challenge groups is the first 10 days, she does accountability check-ins. She puts a graphic up and then people check in for the first 10 days of every month. And then the rest of the month just kind of runs itself. They might do pop-up challenges here and there, but it sounded like it was very spontaneous. It wasn't like she put a lot of work into it. You kind of know what your challengers need after a while, just based on individuals and also as a group, what they're struggling with. So I thought that was kind of a neat takeaway, that you have 10 days of scheduling, but how easy is it to schedule a check-in?
Right. And she used to do them all in the Challenge Tracker app. And so if they were logging their stuff, logging their shake, logging their workout, they were already checking in. And she doesn't ever do book clubs with her challengers, but she will take a book and pull 10 of her favorite quotes from it. And then that's the graphic for the day that they interact with. Now that she's moved to Facebook, her graphic is is the same kind of graphic, maybe day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 through 10, but like her questions are, how was your workout? What was your, if you've been in Rock the Business, you'll see like that's very similarly how she does it. What was your workout? What was your mind, body, and soul? I guess are the 3 kind of areas that she kind of focuses on. So yeah, it can be what you want it to be, but just don't overcomplicate it. The next idea is the one thing I talked about, I shared with the Diamond Retreat, was launching exclusive coach groups. So when we launch a new program in Beachbody, what is the number one thing people want to do? They want to be a part of the coach exclusive test group with Shanti, with Chris Downing, with Joel. Like, it's like the thing. Like, you get lots of people, and you think about it, like, where are most of our coach enrollments been this last year? Around those big programs, because people want to be a part of the exclusive coach test group that's happening with that trainer. And so the idea was like, well, if Beachbody does it and it's been super successful, obviously, because they've done it now for 80 Obsession and Lift 4 and Mes de Mas, and now they're going to be doing Transform 20, and they did it for Shift Shop. Like, I mean, it's obviously working. And so why don't we do the same thing? It's going to help us invite to the team. The only way they can get into this Transform 20 group that we're going to be doing as Rise and Fit is by doing it's going to be doing the Transform 20 as a coach. We're not going to run I'm going to set up a new group for it. I'm not going to do it in the team page, because we want coaches to get the VIP access. That's going to help drive volume. It's going to help keep people active. It's going to put some skin in the game for them. And so it's not a free challenge for coaches, but it's something that you have to kind of purchase into. You have to get the Transform 20 program. So I'll have a separate group. I'm setting it all up for you guys. You don't have to worry about anything. I have an event page that I've got all my content for, but I haven't actually created yet, because I want to wait till after Thanksgiving to kind of get the event page up. And maybe I'll do it here this week. I don't know. But challenge packs start going on sale on December 4th. And so really start talking a lot about Transform 20. I'm going to be doing all of December. I'm going to be doing Shaun T workouts. So Julianne created a calendar that had, I think, Shaun Week at the beginning, and then T25, and then Max 30, kind of in her calendar. And I know that somebody will create a calendar with the free workouts and the things like that from like that you get with it. Because I think you get like 2 workouts maybe, and there's a sample workouts, that's 3. And then you mix in other things that he's been doing. And so you can really make, really flush out your Transform 20 group, or like the prep for it, to happen when it launches on January 14th. So my challenge group for December is called Dig Deeper, and with role model moms. Let's see if I can find my event page. I need to change my header graphic. Just haven't had the opportunity to do so with Hattie yet. I have a vision for it. I just haven't got there. It's been dark by the time we get home. I'm not sharing my screen. So this is my challenge, my group for December, Dig Deep December, the 3rd through the 29th, Role Model Moms Getting It All Done. So I'm going to share, we're going to do like my post in there is going to be a simple tip. And we're going to roll through Shaun T stuff. They can pick any Shaun T program they want, but I'm also going to give them the calendar if they want to follow something with me. And so I want to do this, recreate this picture with Hattie and me, and not just some random one that I got off of there. So I've not really promoted it a whole lot yet, but I have it in here, and I've just got stuff in here. Like, talk about how I got stuff done today. And this one is, I have the Shakeology thing and then the promo thing, and I'm just starting to really invite to it and really get after it. Because up until this last week, I've been really putting people into my November group, which is my Together We Rise group. So, questions? I'll put up an event page for the whole team to invite to for Transform 20, and we'll go from there. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions.
Could you tell I had the questioning look on my face, or what?
Yeah, you started typing. I was like,
what date does that come out to start? January what? Do we know yet?
I think it's January 14th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Monday, January 14th.
Okay. So it'll be, you can purchase it the 4th. All you'll get is the free workouts until the 14th. And then that's when everything comes, right?
Right.
So
that's like 80-day obsession.
Okay. So real quickly too. So I'm pretty sure I got the email for getting Success Club for this month already. Do we know how much these steps are going to be?
I do not know, but they are not going to be available on their own.
Right.
You have to purchase them with a Transform 20 kit of some kind.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Which either way though, I mean, you're going to have to purchase it to get the.
Right. And it's just like the Lift 4 thing. Like I didn't need bands, but in order to get the VIP access, I had to get bands. So if you fill a challenge pack in November, then you get the free step, which is awesome. And you'll get something in an email that's to help you not to order correctly. I think this might be a debacle, but they say it's going to work. So I know they only have so many of them, and it's been a huge deal in the roundtable, asking and like getting all kinds of information ahead of time about like actually how many steps do we have. We don't want to redo of 80-day obsession sliders and whatnot, but they think they're prepared. So we'll see. There's been a lot of momentum about it. It's a Shaun T workout. So, I mean, I know it was an autumn workout, but like, it's Shaun T. Everyone's going to want to do it. But you can do it without the step as well. Like the modifier is not doing it with the step. And when we were in Vegas for leadership is when they're doing the test group, and we'd be working out and there would be a whole bunch of people that would just get up and leave because it's like, it's on that certain time, like it's streamed live at a certain point for the people in the test group. And so they would just like walk out and they would all have their steps with them. And some of them checked their steps, some of them put them in their luggage, some of them left them at home so that they could say that they were able to do it without it. But and some people might have steps in their house already, like from way back in the Jane Fonda days. So we'll see. I don't know. Questions about where we're going or what's coming ahead? We have a 3-day refresh group that's happening at the end of the month. So the goal is to have people active and to produce volume for the end of the month. Pushes for people that are trying to get to Diamond, people that are trying to get points for Premier and Elite. We've got a couple different people that are going for Premier on our team. So just really kind of creating those point areas there, and helping people recruit more people to coaching and whatnot as well. But other questions? Oh, this wasn't too overwhelming for the newbies that were on the call. Carrie, you're like, I just signed up. All this new information. Hopefully it all goes well. Steph is an amazing coach. She will walk you right through it all. And Kara too, as your upline. Ashley, so good to see you tonight.
So just to add something to this, like I was at the Diamond Retreat and I was just in awe of this. So typically we go somewhere. And so this year it was virtual. And like it could have ended on Saturday night and I could have left with a cup overflowing of knowledge and just peace, knowing I'm on the right team and joy. But so the next day we got to hear from 4 of the top coaches in the entire organization. And the one thing that stuck out to me the entire weekend was that Trina had messaged these 4 coaches, right? You're talking about one of them being Melanie Mitro, top coach in the organization for 4 years in a row. She is like so disciplined in her business trackers and business hours that she doesn't check her messages more than like once a day. They all had messaged Trina back within 5 minutes of her messaging them, including Melanie Mitro. So like to me, like to be I'm in complete awe of Trina anyway. Like I know Kim Kim tells us this every time. Like, she's just a walking PD book, right? Like, you're just scribbling like everything she's putting down. But like, to know that she has that respect, like Trina's like a top 50 coach, so she's still up there. But to have 4 top coaches like respond back to her within 5 minutes, and they gave incredible content. But that really, sorry, I'm like really distracted by this foot right here. But they gave such incredible content, but they were able to take time out of their Sunday, to meet with us. So I just wanted to add that in there, because not every team gets that luxury. Like, they get a recording. They don't get live. They don't get on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. They don't get a response in 5 minutes.
Someone actually said that this morning on the Q&A. Trina has a Q&A for her team on Thursday mornings, and someone was like, I was actually surprised it wasn't re-recorded. Like, I thought you guys would have like a recorded video from these people, and it was live, and like they showed up with enthusiasm and energy and like gave it to us, and it was awesome. Yeah, and all of them said, Trina messaged, why wouldn't I check it? Why wouldn't I tell her yes? So that's good. And then the very end, I don't think anyone expected this. I definitely didn't expect it. Trina like broke down in like sobbing tears in like the last 3 minutes of the whole thing, and was just like so overwhelmed with gratitude for the weekend and for everyone that poured into it, and the attention and everything. And it was really cool to be a part of, and really cool to just know that she cares. She genuinely cares about every single person that was a part of the Zoom and a part of our team and our organization. And she knows who you all are. She will ask me frequently when we're talking about things. Like when I say, we're trying to get this to happen or this to happen, she's like, well, what about this person? Like, she knows. And I'm not even her PS. Like, and she's just good about that stuff. So, any questions? I'm just going to keep going each week with a little bit more from the Diamond Retreat and sharing down things. Next week, and I might put this in the team page ahead of time, but because I really think you guys have heard this quite a few times already, is like telling your story. But what we did was we took the Julianne and Teresa and I took the Kendra Hall presentation that she had at Leadership, and you guys have heard us talk about the Kendra Hall stuff all the time. We've got several team Happy and Fit calls about it. But we created this resource, and so mostly Julianne. But we created this resource that I can share the filled and the unfilled one with you, and we can talk about really filling it up. So the top 5 roles, or the top 5, there's 5 columns. Let me see if I can just pull it up here. So we'll talk about this next week, but oh yeah, I have an update. Come on, I know you're here. I literally took things from this right here. Oh, there it is. So here's the screen. So 20 days to share your message. And so really think about the roles in your life, and the roles, the everyday life, the everyday life, and the fears, because really want to focus on the everyday life things about coaching, not just what Beachbody has done for you, but the coaching life has done for you, and really thinking those things through, and then making a post about them, and really sharing who you are and getting really specific about it. So like if you're thinking about your roles, like, you're like Kara's role of a mom and my role of a mom are very different. Jill's role of a mom right now is very different than the rest of us. Like, it's like thinking those things through. I'm a mom of elementary age kids. Kara's a mom of, preschooler below. Jill's got a variety, but now she's a pregnant mom as well. So like, just kind of, you got to figure out who you are. And teenagers, whatnot, but thinking about those roles and how you can make a post about it tonight. So like tonight, well, here's 2 examples of mine, but like, here's one about my marriage and about how the coaching, I really talked about how giving a gift of how we met, but then how that gift was the best thing that ever happened to me next to that is this opportunity to improve my life, and how we're working through this together and doing those kinds of things. So that was a post of mine. This one is about my role as a mom, and how, I think the quote on there is like, she's full of sass and whatever, but daughter's one of the beautiful. I have a quote on there about daughter, and then I said, drives me bananas. She makes me so proud. She's made of spitfire and sugar. Like, just really talking about my role as a mom. And then I really did a lot of praising on, wrong way, praising on Hattie. But other roles of her life, like the sharing the first time, like here's a share the first time I went to a Super Saturday, what that looked like. And so I will share these things with you as well next week, but really thinking about those things. So like tonight, I did a dog mom. Like, I never thought I'd be the lady with a dog in the house running all over and whatever, but I am now. She's just a part of the family. So we'll talk about that stuff next week, and we'll go from there. But other questions? If you want it ahead of time, let me know. But I'll do a whole lesson with it next week. Thanks for jumping on, ladies. You guys want to pull your picture on? I'll take a picture quick. Put your camera back on. Marcy's back. Carrie, yay. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Yay. All right, ladies.